All right, well, here we are once again, Frank.
What up, Ren?
We're here talking about Rock and Ramble. We talk about everything from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, all the way up until today, what it was in that legendary time back in the 80s, and how music's changed.
The best time, by the way.
Our life's changed. Everything's changed.
Yes.
So it's cool podcast today, right? We did our Phoenix trip. We talked about that multiple times, about going out to Phoenix and seeing Tom Keifer and LA Guns, which was a freaking awesome show, by the way.
By the way, let's tell the audience that we're drinking a Kona Big Wave right now, just to kind of let them know what
we're drinking a Kona Big Wave. We're going to do a little cheers.
Started out with.
And God damn it, Kona, if you could give us a sponsorship, we would definitely appreciate that.
We're looking for a plug.
Yeah, we're just going to keep drinking different shit till somebody finally gives us some money. So we appreciate it. But we finally did our trip to Phoenix. It was an awesome trip. We got to see a phenomenal show and just had so much fun. And we'll dive into that a little bit and see kind of where we were. You know, I mean, it started off great. The flight was cool. Everything was all right.
Easy.
I mean, unfortunately, our flight got changed a couple of different times, but to our benefit, we left earlier than we were supposed to, so we ended up getting more time out in the travels and had a good time out there.
Yep, flew out of John Wayne, OC, easy, straight flight to Phoenix. I mean, it took us under an hour. It was awesome.
Easy. So we got out to Phoenix, Arizona, and we just had ourselves a great time, man. Checked in. We stayed at the Crown Plaza. That was cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice hotel.
Good enough.
Yeah, good enough. It was clean. It was nice. It wasn't like we had to worry about like some freaking homeless people on the side of the road or anything. Or outside of our room begging for change.
Right.
So it was cool.
Tip for the audience, though, if you want to be a little bit more closer to downtown, then I would suggest getting a hotel that's like closer to downtown, because that's where most of the action is.
I think we
had to do the Ubers back and forth.
But we did more neutral because Celebrity Theater was close to the hotel.
Well,
that was one thing.
Right.
So where we stayed at the Crown Plaza, Celebrity Theater, where we went to see the show, was relatively close. It made sense.
Yeah.
So on Friday night when we got there, we went to downtown. We took an Uber.
Right.
Obviously, the next night we had dinner, and we'll tell you the whole story. But it was a great trip. It was a lot of fun. I mean, check in the room, great. The whole thing was fantastic. We decided to leave our luggage and take off because the room wasn't ready. We wanted to make sure we had adjoining rooms.
Yep.
So we could have like one big
Open
party.
Up and have a big party.
One big party, man. We had 2 rooms side by side.
We had the tunes, the drinks. You know, we had it all going on.
We had everything, man. We had a special song. We woke each other up to the song in the morning, bro. It was a good time, man.
Okay, we got to clear that up. The wives are there too, by the way.
Yeah, the wives were there, but
just to make sure
they were innocent bystanders.
Come on now.
So we did have a really good time, man. We had a couple restaurants down there. I mean, not anything that I wouldn't suggest. I don't even know what the fuck was the name of that Mexican restaurant we went to. I don't even remember.
It was Teepee or something like that.
Teepee. We should have known with the name Teepee, dude. We're gonna be wiping our fucking butt with Teepee later after eating that Mexican food, bro. There was no doubt.
I mean, it was nothing to write home about. But
it wasn't.
It was okay. I mean,
I'll give you that one if you want. I didn't like it, dude. Well, I would honestly, I would never go back.
We ordered different things too. Mine was okay,
and I don't want to knock the place down. It was pretty crowded. There was a lot of people. The hotel actually recommended it, which was a little crazy to me when we were out there in this little hole in the wall.
Yeah.
We're going past decent looking restaurants in the Uber, and we go to this little hole, and we're like, okay, well, maybe it's authentic. Maybe it's the Mexican food's really, really good.
Yeah.
And I got in there, we ordered the food, and I mean, the chips were good. Started out okay.
The salsa was good.
But then it went on to obviously having the rest of the food, and to me, it was just all right.
Would you go back there again?
No.
I wouldn't either.
Not even a question. I mean, was that a fast enough answer for you?
That's a fast enough answer.
I mean, I want to be clear that it was just, if you're going to Phoenix, I would go somewhere else. And sorry, TP, but that's
just our opinion.
That's our opinion, and that's what we do on the show.
Right.
We give our opinion of what we think of food, travels, concerts, whatever it is. We're going to give you our honest and truthful opinion.
Yeah.
You know, we went down and we did the Walmart thing, which was smart, right?
Yeah, we got our snacks and drinks and all that kind of stuff loaded up.
Yeah, we loaded up with
the
alcohol.
Back to the room, which is great.
Of course, we loaded up with all the good alcohol, so that was good.
Yeah.
We ended up getting a bottle of Maker's Mark. Makers, you can sponsor us too if you'd like to. We got some beer. So we got some Modelo's.
Man, did we go through the Makers fast?
Dude, we drank it one night.
Holy shit.
Yeah. That's normal.
I know, for us, right?
Yeah, we got some vodka. We got some whiskey. Vodka for the girls. It was fun though. Good time.
Hey, I drank some of the vodka.
Yeah. We were. Oh, it's okay.
Because I was trying to pace myself. Because I knew if I went straight to the whiskey,
Like I said, the girls had the vodka.
Yeah.
But the guys had the whiskey. No, but it was a really good time.
See
man.
what I'm holding up right now?
You can't see it, but he's scratching his nose. So we had a really good time out there. It was fun. The first night we decided we're just going to go out and kind of go downtown and check the scenery out, see what it was all about, and have a good time. We ended up landing in a place called Copper Blues, which they have out here in Brea in Orange County too, where we live.
So it's a chain. Yeah.
It is a chain, but we decided to go there. Got a good table. It's really cool. Behind the bar was the band,
which was kind of trippy to see like that setup where the band is actually playing and the bar's right there, and so everybody's sitting at the bar.
I thought it was unique.
It was really weird.
It was pretty cool.
But it was cool. I mean, the place was packed. Once it got going, it was pretty cool.
We ate a little early, I think, and so we were there eating, and it wasn't very busy, and we were wondering, well, where are we going to go to? And then the waitress said, you guys should stay because it gets really packed. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we did stay, had a bunch of drinks, had a freaking humongous bar tab.
Yeah.
Our bar tab was chunky.
Yeah,
dude.
that was surprising.
Yeah, it was very surprising when it came. But we were drinking them like water now. We're not. So we had a lot of drinks and had a great time. And we met the band, right?
Yeah, we got to give the band a plug, man.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
They were called the Pickup Lines, and I'll tell you, these guys were freaking great, man. Whatever song you requested, they played it. They played different genres, country, pop, hip hop,
everything,
rock. Yeah. I'm like, I was really impressed, especially both the guys' voices. I mean, they were actually really did a good job.
Yeah, the cool thing about the band, well, we hung out with them a little bit
afterwards.
Took some pictures, snapped some pictures. We'll be putting that stuff up. We got the website actually being built.
Oh yes,
I know it's been a long time, but we have the website being built to what we really want it to be. Kevin's working on it.
Yeah, we got Kevin's some great helping us out. So thanks, Kev.
Kevin.
Yep.
Give him a little bit of a plug.
Ever Social.
Yeah,
Kevin McGrew, man. He's the dude, man. If you need any marketing, social media expertise, he's your guy, and he's got a book out too. So
I am definitely impressed with all the stuff that he does, man.
Yeah,
he's a cool cat, really good guy.
Yep.
And he really wants to be helpful.
And he's got a great team, too, behind him.
He does, dude. I was shocked at the stuff, how he put that whole package together.
Oh, my God, that was amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. So anyway, we're going to put some stuff up there about the Copper Blues and the guys. Really cool, but we challenged them, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
I mean, we threw some songs out there. They were playing a lot of country stuff, and people were doing the requests. So we started off with putting Maroon 5's Sugar.
Remember? Yeah.
And they actually did a really good job on it. Yeah, and they actually brought it.
It was good, actually.
They actually brought it a little, kind of their own twang to it.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. It wasn't quite exactly like Maroon 5, but you don't want it to be.
Yeah. Well, they have that kind of little bit of that hip hop edge, that they're bringing into the different songs.
I would say
they had a little
bit of soul.
Well, soul, definitely soul,
for
especially
sure.
the one the taller guy. Yeah. That guy freaking can sing, dude. He can really sing.
That was
really
cool.
That was impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really cool gig. And then
they didn't sing the two songs like
we ended up leaving.
Stone in Love, Journey.
We left because. It was just time to go.
Yeah,
it was time to go. So we were there till, God, man, it was probably 11:30 at least. And we wanted to touch a little more Phoenix and go outside and see what else was there.
Yeah.
And then we ended up at, what was it, Phoenix Bourbon Room?
The Phoenix Bourbon Room. Yeah.
That was a pretty cool place, too.
Yeah.
Met some cool people in there. Hung out with some people.
And by the way, too bad we didn't see the menu until afterwards, because I think we might have eaten there, because the menu, the food looked amazing. But
Copper Blues was really bar food.
It was more bar food, right?
So I mean, it was good. The food wasn't horrible. I wouldn't be recommending to go have dinner there, but
it's more of like a fun
for the atmosphere of what we were doing. We probably would have been better maybe going to dinner then going to Copper Blues,
right?
And so on and so forth. But if we had known the Bourbon Room had such good looking food, we would have probably went there.
And the drinks were strong, dude.
Yeah.
They were good.
And next time, because we talked about doing Phoenix again, maybe next year doing another show out there, find something. There's a couple really good venues out there, man, they're Celebrity Theater, phenomenal, dude. A killer place to go see a concert.
That was awesome. The intimacy, the sound, everything, and we'll get into it in a minute, but just the fact that it was in the half and it wasn't the full, it was really, really cool.
Really cool. Yeah, so we just partied all night. The next day, which was really cool, we got a chance just to hang out all day. We didn't have nothing to do. No
time, chillaxing.
We just did a full pool day, relaxed out by the pool, got a little bit of sun, and then took a little nap and got ready to go. Right? I mean, at our age, you got to take naps, bro. It's not like I can't just fucking.
Nowadays, a good power nap.
The motor doesn't keep running, buddy. I got to tell you. So we did go up and got.
But we have images to portray, dude. What are we gonna do about that?
We had to make sure that the hair was done right. We had to wash it the right way. So we did. And then we got, to be honest with you, the dinner, we went to, what was it called? Feeney's?
Feeney's, yeah. Fenney,
no,
I think.
Fee.
That's right.
Like,
Fe, that's right. That's right.
It's in
because there
Phoenix.
is a Finney's, Fin. It's not that one. It's Feeney's.
Yeah, not Finney's like out here in Orange.
Yeah. Right.
So we went to this place. We found it because, as you know, Charlie Kirk had his memorial.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Right there in Glendale.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and I, we booked this how many months ago, not knowing this was going to happen.
Right.
And now it was packed.
Which tragic, but
it was packed. Yeah. And ironically, I didn't say this, but ironically, one of my really good friends was on the same flight with us.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Fair. Right?
Yeah, Mike,
reach out
the
to
guy
Mike.
that we saw at the airport.
Yeah, he was actually there. He was going for the Charlie Kirk. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's really, that's really his gig. He's very much into the right side and the Republicans and stuff. And so it hit home for him, and he flew all the way out there to see it. And
he did his thing.
It was really good to see him. It was good to see him. And kind of funny, he was on the flight with us, and we didn't even see. He noticed us.
He said he was in the back, right?
Yeah, he noticed us and goes, I think that's Ren, dude. I think that's Ren. And then we got off the plane, he saw me, and cool. So we said, what's up? And
he noticed you because you were all but 6'5" or whatever you are.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
I'm just jealous. That's all.
So anyway, we took our nap. We got out to dinner. Dinner was pretty cool. Really cool, like kind of a home style kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
Not like it wasn't really fancy, but it had steak. It had some of the fixings of what you wanted. I thought it had salad bar.
It kind of reminded me of kind of like a mafia, it was like low key, kind of like, hey, come on in, I got some food for you, and that kind of thing.
Did the owner of the house not remind you of a madam?
Absolutely,
and she was
100%.
Walking around with that waitress, that good-looking waitress. I kept thinking
her sidekick.
I kept thinking she was going to go, Frank, you and Ren, if you guys want to knock one out in the back, we'll take care of the ladies so they don't know what's going on. Jesus, dude.
But everything ran through her. You could tell. Everything ran through her.
She was amazing.
But she was
fantastic.
Totally sweet.
Really, really good.
We got to celebrate your birthday, by the way.
Thank you, brother.
They took care of you. Cake and everything.
Yep,
so that was cool.
That was a lot of fun. But the food was, if on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably say it was a good 6, maybe 7.
I would say 7. I mean, I thought the ribeye was good.
Yeah. The food wasn't horrible. It wasn't like top notch. But then again, you weren't paying $100 and something a plate.
Right.
We got a huge 16-ounce ribeye and with the fixings and everything for like $50. It was pretty cheap.
Way more than enough. Yeah.
It was pretty cheap, and the drinks were pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we headed out. Obviously, we Ubered out to Celebrity.
Yep.
And my first thoughts. It looks like a mini. If you've never been there, it reminded me of a mini Forum.
And that's the first thing I thought too.
If you drive up to the Forum, if you've ever been to the Forum, the new Forum where they redid it, the outside's all red and all the lights that go up the side of it. This looked just like it, but in a mini version.
Yeah. It was actually pretty cool looking.
Cool looking venue from the outside. And obviously we talked about this. You played at the Celebrity Theater back in the day.
Back in the day here when it was in Anaheim and it was in the Round. Same thing.
I don't know if it's the same company.
I don't know. But the crazy thing, and we talked about this, is we had opened for LA Guns Racer X at the Celebrity Theater, we went to go see, LA Guns and Tom Keifer at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix.
Ironic, isn't it?
It was really ironic. Yeah, really trippy.
It's one of those things where you just it brings you all the way full circle.
It does.
And it was cool. It's an in-the-round place, just like Celebrity Theater was out here for some of you that have been there. Mm-hmm. Celebrity Theater out here was one of my favorite places to see a concert. I saw a lot of concerts there, sung on stage there. We talked about it, right? But great place, and I was bummed when they closed down.
Yeah.
But now we have this one in Phoenix. I'd love to go back again. Cool venue inside. It was in the half.
They
didn't because of the fact that it was more of a front show. These weren't, some artists like to do in the round.
Yeah.
You could tell these artists are going to be ones that are going to play in the half. It's just more conducive.
Yeah.
But it looked like it was sold out.
Well, and it was a really intimate setting. So what would you say about maybe 1,200 people there? How many? What do you think?
If I was guessing, I would say maybe 1,000 to 1,200.
Yeah, somewhere around there, right?
If I'm guessing, sure. But the cool thing about it was that it looked sold out.
Yeah. It was absolutely full.
It was very full.
Yeah.
So they did a good job in selling the place out, which is amazing because a lot of concerts you go to now, they just don't sell out.
No.
It's not easy even for the old artists to sell 1,000 tickets now. It's sad. And the prices weren't astronomical. I want to say, I can't remember because we bought the tickets so long ago, but I want to say it was $100. It
was pretty reasonable.
$120 a piece, which really is not that much money for a great night out to see a couple bands, especially.
Right. And I will say one thing too. It was super easy to get in, get your seats, get sat, get your drinks. They really did a good job kind of moving people and getting people where they needed to be in their seats. So hats off to the venue. They did a good job.
And speaking of price, because we've talked about this on previous podcasts, about how much things cost nowadays going to different places and seeing things. Our trip was really affordable, dude. I mean,
it was. In the big scheme of things, for sure.
We flew Frontier. right? Outside of the fact that we had a little bit of a change in the beginning of the timing, everything seemed to be okay.
Yeah, worked out into our favor, like you said.
It did, and I think our flight was like $240 or $250 for two people round trip.
That's pretty crazy.
And then the hotel was affordable too. That was probably around the same price for 2 nights.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're looking. We probably spent under $500 for 2 nights in the hotel and the airfare to get there. I mean, that's good. That's affordable.
Now we made up for it in the bar tabs.
Well, let's not talk about that.
But we don't talk about that.
Well, we already knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew that.
That was the reason why.
We factored that in.
If we had spent $1,000 to get there, we wouldn't have no money to drink at the bar. So we got to make sure we got that ready, man. Whiskey, here we come.
I know, seriously.
So no, it was great though. But the concert was good.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk a little about the concert. Right?
Okay, let's get into it.
We got in. Obviously, we won't Celebrity Theater. Close your ears. We snuck our pouch of whiskey in.
Oh yeah, that was
always good. You got to bring a pouch of you got to bring the disposable whiskey pouches.
That was a good tip.
That's just where it is. I mean, they're 8 ounces. You put them down your pants, walk in, man, get yourself a Coke and make yourself a couple strong drinks, and you're primed up by the time you get to the first song.
Yeah, and you get we had about 2 drinks out of it, maybe 3.
Well, we had more than that.
I think
for sure,
3
yeah.
or whatever.
Because you think it's 8 ounces,
yeah,
right?
And it's plastic, so it's not like it's gonna metal's not gonna pick it up.
No, so you're just gonna tip a little bit of that in. That's a good 4 doubles.
Yeah.
So I mean, we went heavy, and we probably had 3 or 4 drinks out of it.
I was feeling good.
Yeah, I was feeling great, man. I was feeling great.
We were passing out our cards and stuff like that, and people were loving it. It was great. It was fun.
Yeah. We were definitely doing the promotion side of it. That's what the whole thing was all about. And we were out there with a whole different crowd, people that we usually don't see, obviously, because we're not from the area. People were really receptive. A lot of cool bands. We met Rattlesnake Suitcase.
That was cool. Those guys were really cool.
We hooked up and talked to them for a bit, and we're going to hopefully they'll link up like we talked about.
Yeah.
And we'll go out and see one of their shows. They're going to be playing some local shows out here.
Yeah.
And if we can, we'll make it out there. We'd love to see them, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
in fact, we talked about even getting them on the podcast. Love to have those guys.
Yeah,
just talk about what's going on and all that kind of stuff.
Of course, then one thing that we did talk about a little bit because obviously we were kind of brief because when you're promoting and doing stuff, you don't have a lot of time to sit down for an hour and talk. But we did speak a little bit about like what the difficulties that they're having in trying to get record deals or making money and what they love to do.
Yeah.
Way back in the day when the bands got, signed to record deals and they sold albums, they made money. And if you sold a lot of albums and got a second record that did well, you were starting to make some really, really good money. Mm-hmm. And nowadays we talked a little bit about how cheap Spotify is because Spotify is really, and I mean, they're as far as what they pay the artist. Okay. I know that this is one of our platforms and we're appreciative of all the things that they do. And hopefully one day we'll be in the realm of getting some of those royalties back to us. But what it comes down to, they don't pay a lot to the artist.
I was just surprised how little they paid when they were telling us how much they get paid. I'm like, damn, that kind of sucks, man.
It takes a lot for them to actually make money on Spotify as opposed to if they were selling an album or a CD or whatever it was. And that's the downfall to it. These companies have really cornered the market and is not giving the opportunity as much to the artist. And the artist just has to pretty much deal with it.
Did they happen to mention, because it was too loud, I couldn't hear everything that we were talking about, but did they mention anything about like the ticket, like do they get anything from out of the ticket sales and all that kind of stuff? Because I don't think we got that far, right?
No, we definitely didn't. And once again, that's the cool thing about having some of the new guys that are doing their gig now out talking. I mean, as promoters and band managers in the past, I could talk about what it was back then.
Yeah.
And how you would do a 4-wall where you would basically bring the band in and you'd get the whole door,
right?
Or you could split the door with the club. The club could get involved in the band and all kinds of different ways to make money. Sometimes, a lot of times, the club promoters would make a percentage of the bar. Because,
I was going to say you could get a percentage of the bar too.
Well, because if the bar is only doing $1,000 average on a Friday night, for example, and you bring the band in, and now it does $4,000. That's $3,000 extra for the club. And although it is the club, and if you're not paying for the club and you just decide to take the door only, that could be your money. The club's making extra money, or you guys can all take a different piece of it,
right?
So that everybody's able to at least share in the profits, so to speak, and build a good relationship for the future. Because otherwise, if you're a conniver and you don't want to give any of your money, you might not want to go back to that bar again.
Right. But that's why I'm curious. Like, how does it work now? We got to get into that with some of these guys.
I would imagine
so we'll talk more about that.
I would imagine it's got to be somewhat the same. But nowadays bands are just trying to get out there and get their name. So bands that aren't known, like LA Guns and Tom Keifer is different. Mm-hmm. Rattlesnake Suitcase is a whole different thing. They're trying to make it.
Right.
So when they go to play a show, they have a great presence online. I've looked at some of their stuff. Music's very cool. I've looked at where they're at, and they've put a lot of time into it to try to build their brand. But when it comes down to it, the truth is that they just don't have the big enough name and recognition now to be out there and be getting paid
to get
on
the
a regular
exposure
basis. And that's kind of what we struggled against, right? Getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably name on two hands the amount of times we got paid total in all the times that we played. And that outside of the bus, outside of doing your own promotion and selling more tickets than you needed to make the money.
Yeah.
That's kind of the difference. So now it's these guys are out there trying to make ends meet. And it's got to be tougher. But yeah, it'd be nice to have them on, or at least have a discussion with them so that we could bring it to the podcast.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
That's where we talk about the then and now and all that. kind of
for
stuff.
sure.
All right, so getting back to the show itself. So let's talk about that because obviously LA Guns opened. And
as you guys know,
oh my gosh,
LA Guns was one of my favorite club bands. And the cool thing about this concert was, Frank's seen LA Guns and played with them a long time ago, but you don't always see it. And then obviously when they move on, and for LA Guns, in my opinion, for a few years, I felt that they weren't quite hitting it as they used to. No knock on Phil or Tracy or any of those guys. They could have.
And it's just Phil and Tracy as far as original members.
Correct.
We should mention that too.
Yeah, and so. And some of the guys are deceased; they're not even around anymore.
Right.
Steve Riley passed, So, but these last few concerts I've seen them, man, they're fucking amazing, dude. I mean, I'm just so shocked. Not only, Phil at his age, I'm shocked at how much better he's become.
Yeah,
he's like a fine wine, dude. He's just amazing.
It was pretty funny when he came out in the whole pirate outfit with the pirate hat for Cannonball. That was I was kind of laughing at that.
I didn't really know how to take it.
It was over the top, but it was fun. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
And he had the whole outfit on, and then obviously pitched the hat after the first song,
right? He did,
because that was part of the skeet we can't.
Yeah.
But they got a couple new players in the band. The guys look fucking great too, by the way. It's just the whole image is there.
I really liked the bass player.
Yeah.
I liked his look. He had a cool look, cool vibe, and obviously a great musician. But yeah, definitely cool. Let me ask you this. Which of their songs stuck out for you as being like the best that night for you?
Well, I'm partial to a lot of songs, so it makes it a little bit hard to pinpoint them. But in my opinion, of the whole night, both bands, the most amazing song was Ballad of Jane.
I was going to say the same thing.
It was
when he asked everybody to hold up their cell phone lights.
Yeah.
And the whole place illuminated.
Yeah. Because that's the new lighter. That's the flashlight's the new lighter.
Right.
But unfortunately, Tom didn't get the response. And maybe because people had already done it, whatever the case was. And not that Tom Tiefer's not an amazing artist and band. We're going to get into that, but just when the place was full of lights, dude.
Yeah, it was amazing.
When Ballad of Jane came.
Yeah.
And I had seen LA Guns a couple times ago. Okay, so I've seen him probably 2 or 3 times since this show I'm going to talk about, which was in Minnesota. So Matt and myself, we had done a road trip from Minnesota, and then we went and saw Volbeat in Idaho and saw a couple shows. But we saw LA Guns and Cinderella play a few years back. And he sang Ballad of Jane. And after the first verse, and I might have already mentioned this in a previous podcast. I apologize if I'm touching on the same thing. After the first verse, his voice cracked and he stopped. And he turned around, went towards the drum kit, turned back around and apologized to everybody. And says, "I'm sorry, it's hard. It's difficult to sing but let's try this again." And he did it. And a little bit improvisation, I should say, but he really hit it well and sounded good, and everybody was really appreciative of him. Just he
just accepting it, and hey, I'm going to own it.
Yeah, he left it out there. So it was a good show. So the song now, if you're really familiar with the song, they've remade it a little bit. Still sounds amazing, and you can't if you're a hardcore LA Guns fan, you're going to know for sure. If you're not a hardcore, you don't really notice it. And it's also more of a live version now. But it's just, dude, he fucking nails it, dude.
Yeah.
He really...
I like I said, I just the song itself, I love the song, but just the whole vibe, how everybody was into it, and just the lights, it was really, really
It was
cool.
a really good show.
It was I thought, a moving moment, for them. Now, next song, what would you say was the next song for you?
God, yeah, I still love Sex Action.
I know.
And the cool thing is, and although he did it a little different this time, once again, I could talk about past shows because I've seen him multiple times. He came out and talked about they wrote a song that song is written for Los Angeles. That's written for Sunset Strip. That's the whole point of that song. It's written about that because of all the sex, drugs, rock and roll back in the day. They wanted a song for LA and they wrote that. So obviously when they did the song, if you remember, they had the girl come out on the stage and dance around.
Yeah.
Good looking girl.
She was hot.
And did the whole thing dancing with Phil and everything.
Yeah.
And that was part of the scheme of what that song really is.
Yeah.
And that was a great song.
Yeah.
And that's, before we go so much about Phil, dude, fucking Tracy's amazing.
No, I mean, honestly,
he's lights out, dude.
He is. He looked good. He looked like he was, worked on himself. He was in shape and just, I mean, yeah, his guitar work, freaking amazing.
Yeah, he's really worked on himself for a while.
You could tell. He put
some weight on for a little bit, like a lot of guys do. Like
but he looks like he slimmed down and all that stuff. And by the way, they all looked good. They all had a good vibe to them as far as kind of the physical appearance and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was good to see.
That makes for the show, does it not?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, if you see guys that are coming out and you can dress the part, but if you don't have the heart, you don't have the stamina, and you don't have that little bit of look. I mean, you can only put lipstick on a pig for so much, and that's just the facts of it. And we talked about that. We talked about a lot of different bands.
We go there with Vince and stuff. I'm not going to do that right now.
And really quick, let's touch on that. And I don't want to. We bring up Vince a lot, but I don't want to. And I just talked to you about this, and we found out. And my heart.
And I didn't know this, by the way.
That's okay. My heart hurts for Vince because and a lot of people don't know this. We know he recently had problems in a medical issue, and we found out it was a stroke.
Yeah.
But we also found out that Vince Neil's actually had 4 strokes.
Yeah, that really kind of hits home.
And he didn't even know, because so what ends up happening is you obviously have your symptoms or whatever it is. You don't know that you're having the stroke, but then all of a sudden, when 4 strokes later, he goes to the doctor. They could see the little imperfections or whatever it is in the brain of where that actually triggered and where he actually had a stroke, which is amazing. Now that doesn't. Once again, this is my opinion of it. I want Vince in the best of health.
You still are responsible for taking care of yourself as best you can.
Yeah, and
you got to.
And Vince hasn't taken care of himself for many, many years, whether it's with drinking and eating and all the different things. And he's in the limelight and the spotlight of being a musician and asking people to come see his concert.
Yeah.
I just believe he needs to take better care of himself. And then he might not have had this problem. So a lot of it stems from a lot of things. And I know he's gone through a lot of controversy and his daughter and all kinds of stuff. I get it. I'm not going to touch on Vince too much, but that's just my personal opinion of it.
Agreed.
So when you see the guys that come out here like we're talking about, and they're looking really good and they're playing really well, it's it's for a better concert.
Yeah.
We loved it.
Yeah, it was great. And then, so for me, I agree, Sex Action, but I also liked Electric Gypsy. I thought Electric Gypsy was a great song. So,
great song.
And because it was a second song, it just seemed to like get really everybody into it and just enjoying the show. So it was really cool.
If you're an LA Guns fan, you know a lot of the songs that they have, and they, obviously they only played 11 songs because they were the opening act.
Right.
So and then they had a new album out. So they wanted to play some stuff off of that.
Yeah.
Lucky Motherfuckers, the new song.
What did you think about that? Because I thought it was okay.
Yeah, no, it's not a bad song.
Yeah.
It's not a bad song. And I've listened to a lot of the albums, all the way down Diamonds, all the different ones that are out there. And I really like a couple songs. And I actually reached out to Phil. I actually sent him a message. I told you this.
You told me that, yeah.
I told him because Shattered Glass, if you've never heard Shattered Glass, it's a great LA Gun song. One of my favorites, actually, right now. And I had seen him the last show. We were backstage, and I talked to him, and I was asking him to play the song. And I said, "Hey, dude, are you going to play Shattered Glass?" He goes, "Oh, great song, but no." I'm like, "Okay, all right." So this
time just shut you down.
He did. So this time I figured I'd reach out to him early and ask him. He gave a thumbs up back, and I'm thinking, "Oh fuck, maybe he'll play the song."
Yeah.
And of course, he didn't play it. Now I know they only got 11 songs, but that's just it's a great song.
So now I'm wondering, like, if they do headline, which they will at some point. Will they include that? You think they would, right?
Well, it's not. It's my favorite song, but it's not. It doesn't mean it's everybody's favorite song, and it's not a super popular song. It's not a Rip and Tear. It's not a Never Enough. It's not Electric Gypsy. It's not these songs. So,
which by the way, Never Enough was awesome, great.
That and they ended with Rip and Tear.
Oh yeah, I know.
And Rip and Tear is just fucking Rip and Tears, bro.
Yeah, that was great.
It's a great.
That was a great ending.
Yeah, I mean, I like There's a lot of songs like Over the Edge, and a lot of songs that they didn't play, and they could have played more if they were the headliner. When they played at the NAMM show, they were the headliner. So yes, we saw more songs from them, which was awesome and amazing because we were able to see more of them being the headliner.
Right.
And that's another thing. Just by the way, we talked about this a little bit, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show a lot. I love LA Guns. I'm thinking they played December every year. They played at the Coach House.
Yeah.
And they played New Year's Eve. Well, New Year's Eve we probably wouldn't go, but The 27th of December, they're playing the Coach House.
Maybe we should
That's
definitely.
a Saturday night.
We should definitely do that.
It's kind of the week of the end of the year. We'll go and check that out, dude.
We got to do it. Got to do it.
It's a great show.
Yep.
And different, by the way, when they headline.
Yeah.
Different.
Okay.
So LA Guns, awesome. Great start, right? Then we obviously did our thing.
Yep.
Started walking around doing our promotion.
Yep.
And as you know, we were promoting and having such a good time with all the guys that we met and talked to and everybody.
Yeah. And I got to say, everybody was super, super cool, right? I mean, we didn't get anybody like, oh, what is this shit or whatever. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, tell us about it. We got going on and, all that stuff. So very, very cool.
Well, we're just trying to bring back and reminisce the old days.
Yeah.
And then kind of spin into new stuff like we talked about with Rattlesnake Suitcase. I mean, what's it about now? People are interested. A lot of people aren't into the music. They don't really know. They're not musicians. They have no idea. It's interesting to learn how much bands are getting paid, how the managers get paid, how the club owners or the promoters get paid, how everything works. How do you make money off an album or off a song?
Right.
It's interesting to know those things if you don't know them.
Yeah.
We've been in the business. We have a lot of knowledge of that stuff, but even today we don't have as much because we're not in the business.
We don't know
anymore.
What's going on now,
We're
right?
not.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it interesting to have a band like that or somebody come on that's in the now and can give us a little more information.
Yeah.
So we got tied up in the promotion, probably had 2 or 3 more drinks. Fucking Frank was ordering doubles at the bar. I appreciate that, by the way, though. I do appreciate
what are friends
it.
for?
And he didn't clock me for the dollars.
I'm telling you, I don't miss a beat, man. When I'm in the mood, man, it's got to happen.
We were definitely. So the girls got a little bit kind of upset towards the beginning because we almost missed the show, dude. We almost missed it.
Yeah.
We were having such a good time. But we finally came back and we gave them a drink. And
they gave us where have you guys been?
Yeah. But we brought them a drink.
We did.
And that made them happy.
Doubles.
That made them happy.
So
that's
hey,
good.
by the way, in case we didn't mention it already, the sound, I got to say, I was impressed with the sound there, too.
It was good.
The sound was super, super good, crystal clear. So anyway, I'm just saying, if you guys ever get an opportunity to go and see a show at the Celebrity Theater in Phoenix, do so, because you won't be disappointed. It's really, really good.
It was good. And we had great seats.
And we,
so
of
we
course,
had really good seats.
But all the seats were good because it was very upfront, personal, intimate. It was good.
Being as close as we were, I think, makes a little bit of a difference as opposed to the people that were behind us.
True.
And not that it's super far back, but it does make a difference. When you're close in that setting, close to the stage, it's just better. Like I mentioned before, we won't do concerts usually that are anything past 15, 20 rows.
I agree.
It's just not really. When you're sitting in the second or third level and you're way up at the top and you're looking at concerts and you're bringing your phone to film and you're having to bring it all the way to the max setting just to get a picture of the artist, that's just too
you're
far
not getting
away
the same vibe.
I don't feel that vibe.
Yeah.
I don't want to go see 5 of those concerts. I'd rather see one great concert.
Yeah, agree.
And talk about it.
Agree.
And this was a fun concert. It wasn't super expensive like we talked about. It was just 2 really good bands, 2 old timers. That really put it on.
They put on a great show.
So what did you think of Tom?
Okay, man, I tell you, I mean, for me, we feel a little bit differently, but I'm never disappointed by Tom Keifer, just because, love Cinderella and love the music. But I also like his new stuff too. So, and as far as the musicianship, I mean, the guy is incredible. 12-string, 6-string, piano, sax. The guy plays so many different instruments. And so he's always impressed me. But he had an entourage on stage, though. He had a lot more people, right? He had not only his wife, and also another backup singer, which he didn't have the last time I saw him.
He did have it in Minnesota.
But he didn't have it year and a half ago that I saw him, 2 years ago. Which I think it's kind of a new thing, maybe in the last year or so. But yeah, I mean, the sound, everything was great. And just, the fact that he opened up with his own song, Touching the Divine, and then he went into, The More Things Change, which obviously is a great song.
Weird because LA Guns opened up with Cannonball.
I know.
You would think that both the bands would come out with a hitter, a big, hard hitter, and then go into a couple of their songs. I think that it's a matter of opinion from the artist side of it. I would think that you're starting a show. People are excited to be there. They're not going to miss the first song. They're going to be into it more than the second, third, or fourth song. So why not hit them with a new song so people maybe get that vibe and say, boy, that was a really cool song, and then get into the set. I get why he did it.
Yeah.
I do get that part of it. It's not one of the Cinderella songs, but I still like when you come out and just punch me in the face.
Understood. And I appreciate that, and I agree with you in the sense that I get it. You want to come in with a bang, right?
Yeah.
Now I like the song. I like that
sure,
that
of course.
song. So
it's a
for
great
me,
song.
it was cool. But I totally get the fact that you want to come out with one of your popular songs and really get everybody out of their seats. So I understand that.
Sure. And I think I've said this before. When I was younger, I was not a Cinderella fan.
Yeah.
I mean, Cinderella just didn't hit for me at all. I didn't like the band. until probably I don't, maybe 15 years, maybe a little longer. They played at Pacific Amphitheater. The band had split up. They got back together and played a show, and it was just the artistmanship was amazing, dude. It was just, I couldn't get over how good the songs were and the show was. And I just told Lisa, I just said, man, that was a great show. And then Tom obviously split off on his own thing. I've seen him so many times now.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't even count.
Well, and you and I have talked about this, and it wasn't until I saw him solo that I really thought, man, that Cinderella, the name, really did a disservice to the band and the musicianship and the talent that they have. I get it; it was the time, the whole
I think it was the
thing,
time.
For sure. But I don't think it really represented their musicianship and how talented Tom himself is, right?
Sure.
And so, from that standpoint, I always thought they got kind of a bad rap for having the Cinderella name. But man, what a freaking talent, man! Unbelievable.
He's amazing. Obviously, a super artist. The name, I mean, I get it, but there's a lot of bands out there. We could go over.
Sure.
I mean, really, when you think about it, Great White.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the name.
Yeah.
You would never think, oh, that's the band I want to name myself.
Right.
Leatherwolf.
True. Yeah.
I mean, we could go on and on. Trickster.
Right.
I mean, a lot of these bands had that really weird name, so I just think they're part of the circle and the norm
at
of
that time. Yeah.
So for that reason, I didn't see anything different. But I do get it. I get what you're saying. Maybe they had a little bit of more of the glass slipper.
Right.
Kind of.
Good analogy.
I appreciate that, dude. So
did you pull that out of your derriere or what?
I did. So anyway, great concert though. They went in finally they went into Coming Home on the third song.
Yeah.
So it took them a couple songs to finally get there.
Yep.
And got the crowd going finally, because when you do more than one or two songs of your own stuff or something that's new, you can kind of lose the crowd.
You can.
And we went. Lisa and I went, not to change subject. We went to see Firehouse recently.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We went just the weekend before, actually. We went to Vegas and we saw Firehouse and came out great. First half of the set, or maybe third of the set, couple punchers, couple good Firehouse songs, and then they went into a whole couple new ones and a bunch of stuff. And in my opinion, they stretched it too long. They did 4, 5, whatever it was, songs, and then came into some of the heavy hitters when they could have put them piece by piece.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I would tell artists: don't string too many songs together that people just don't know or the diehards know.
Yeah.
Now, once again, you sing LA Gun songs to me, I'm going to know the songs most likely, so I can vibe with them or sing along to them. But I'm only one person of 1,200 people.
Yeah, you got to think about the broader audience. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe a few hundred people of the whole audience knows as much about a certain band.
Yeah.
So you got to think, these guys know my radio songs. I got 8 of them. I'm going to put 2, and then I'm put a couple more of my other songs, 2, and go on and on.
Yeah.
And make a great set of it. So
I agree with that.
Because that's what ended up happening here. They did 2 songs. They played Coming Home, if you remember.
I do.
And then they played Death of Me.
Yep.
They played the Seamstress Blues, and that's a great song.
No, that's a great
song.
Bluesy song.
It's an underrated song,
yeah.
And a lot of people know that one. They played another one that came in Nobody's Fool.
Yeah.
So they kind of did one hit, one off hit, one hit, one off hit through the whole night.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. You asked me about LA Guns, and I know that you're a big Tom Keifer fan too. And I mean, I am too. It's just like I said, I didn't care for him so much way back when. What was your favorite song? What was your favorite song from LA Guns? What was your favorite song from Tom Keifer?
Well, the 2 that I like, I mean, we mentioned it, but Ballad of Jane and probably Sex Action, like you. I think those are the top 2 for LA Guns. For Tom Keifer, it's a little bit harder because I mean, there's so many good ones that I like, but I would say the ones just being the stage, the sound, everything. I really like Shelter Me. I just really liked.
Shelter Me is a good song.
I really liked the performance itself. It was awesome. And then probably I would have to say, I'd have to say Shake Me.
Okay.
Because everybody freaking just got into it,
Yeah.
And they
Shake Me is a great one.
It was fun.
Shake Me is a great one. I mean, Gypsy Road's always good.
Yeah.
But Nobody's Fool is always a great song. You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone is a great song because he hits those really well with his voice still.
Yeah.
So those become a really popular song in my opinion, and I like them. But I would say Shake Me is probably one of my favorite, and Shelter Me is probably one of my favorite.
So we're right there. Now, what did you think? Obviously, when they came back for the encore, they played Gypsy Road first, obviously, which was great. And then they closed, like they have been probably, I don't know, the last probably year and a half, with Little Help from My Friends, cover the Beatles. What did you think about that?
They've been doing it now for a while. It's cool. Everybody gets into it. All his wife and all the backup singers and everybody goes front stage. Everyone's kind of just with the crowd and having a good time. It's kind of like a thank you guys for coming.
Kind of a feel good song.
It's thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Instead of a big bow type of situation only, they do a song to it.
Yeah.
I like that part of it. I wish they would change it instead of doing the same thing over and over again. He's super uber talented, man. Just do another song. It's got the same kind of bluesy feel to it.
Yeah.
My disappointment has always been the same for Tom Keifer, and I will say the same thing, is that they don't play some of the songs that I really, really like, and that's the problem. They haven't forever. They haven't played Push Push. They don't play that song ever.
Right.
And that's a big thing for me. I don't like that they don't play that song. So that's one that's kind of bums me out because it's probably one of my favorite songs, and Nothing for Nothing is my favorite song.
That's a good song too.
That is by far my favorite song, and they never play that song.
I get you.
So it's kind of like, now these are songs that everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's not like asking a band to play Shattered Glass, right? It was on their 10th album, and nobody really knows the song.
Right.
These came from the original Night Songs album, and there were hits.
So what do you do? Because I mean, they played total 16 songs. What do you pull out? Do you pull out one of the newer ones and stick one of those in? What do you do?
This is just me. If I was an artist, right? If I was an artist, I'd rotate my songs.
Okay.
I'd rotate them. Now maybe I don't play Nothing for Nothing, or I don't play Push Push every concert, but maybe I sprinkle it in every maybe on the tour I keep it a certain way.
Yeah.
Maybe I play the same set the whole tour. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but then maybe the next tour I sprinkle in different songs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great to hear the hits. Everyone wants to hear the hits, but these are hits. People know these songs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, and they would want to hear them.
And when you go home, you want to go, dude, I can't believe I play that song. They never play that song. They never play that song. I've never heard that song ever being played.
Right.
And that's some of the things that, when I go see certain bands, that's one thing I take away from a concert.
Yeah.
Wow, man, I can't believe they played that song. They never play that song.
Yeah. Well, good point.
And that's part, like Forevermore is a song with Tesla.
Yeah.
And they, it wasn't a big hit. It was a decent hit, but they played it last show we went and saw. And I walked away going, dude, I can't believe that I've seen Tesla fucking 50 times. I've never seen him play it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they've never played it. Doesn't mean they didn't play it and I wasn't fucked up, because that's probably happened. That's a guarantee that's happened. So I might have forevermore lost my fucking mind. But I'm just saying that it's put that song out.
I get you.
Yeah. So I mean, but all in all, the night was fun.
You don't have to get upset about it.
I'm a little bit, dude.
Because you look like you're getting kind of heated about it.
I'm a little. My fucking left nut's a little raised right now.
You know why? Because these bottles are empty, dude.
They are.
That's a problem.
Well, we got to go through the podcast, man. And then we're doing this for the people.
Yeah, we are.
We're going to do our drinks after.
For the people.
We'll do the drinks after. But the truth is, it was a great show.
No, it was.
Great concert.
Had
the
a great
whole night
time.
was fun.
The whole trip was really
It was great. I mean, we were really fucked up though.
Yeah. It was
we
fun.
really got messed up.
Well, it was fun.
We did. We brought almost a whole bottle just in the 2 pouches, and then went back to the room and dusted the bottle off, and then got a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Frank got a little weird on me.
What are you talking about?
He was fucking trying to take me down to the pool, and
hey, I just went to go smoke my stogie.
Taking his clothes on, putting his his swim trunks on.
Nobody wanted to smoke a stogie.
Going, hey, dude, you want to go to the pool with me? I'm like,
hey,
I think I'm going to hang out with the girl.
You want to smoke a stogie or not? That was the question.
That was exactly. I didn't want it.
Okay.
It was smoking the stogie was the question. I wasn't sure what stogies we were talking about.
Okay. Well, hey, hold on a second here. You know what I was talking about. So.
I know. I'm just messing around, dude.
But
it was a lot of fun.
wives can't, especially mine, she can't stand the smell of it. So it's like, okay, fine. No,
we had a good time.
I'll go find a spot. So I did what I had to do.
We had a good time all the way
through. It was fun.
It was fun. And then Frank did go back up to the room finally after probably an hour downstairs. You must have been down for an hour.
I was enjoying
You were enjoying your stogie
drinking
while we kept
Nobody
drinking.
came down and wanted to enjoy it with me.
And singing, playing songs, and having a good time. Listening to Steel Panther. Steel Panther's great, dude. We listened to Steel Panther and singing
Community
all the words.
Property.
Oh, 100%, man. That was great.
That's a great song.
If you were a guy, I'd be suddenly gay. But the best part about it is that we had a good time, and then Frank came back, all of a sudden Frank got all of his girls' attention, started dancing, and goes, "Okay, you guys got to go." I guess it was time. The Shagarooski was on.
Had to get down to brass tacks, baby. Come on.
We had our dirty times. That's just what it was all about. We had a good time, but it was good.
It was fun.
And then here's the funny part about the trip. And we'll kind of wrap the trip up. But the next day we decided, we got up. Our flight was I think around 12, like 1 o'clock or something.
Close to 1, yeah.
And so we decided, instead of going to restaurants, we'll just hang out at the hotel. We'll have a little something to drink in the room, and we'll go down and we'll have some food, right?
Yeah.
And we ended up going to the Phoenix airport.
Yeah.
And we went by the tavern. Now, we've been drinking all weekend, right? So now, drinking all weekend, what do you want?
Yeah.
You want a greasy spoon burger.
Right, of
There's
course.
No doubt about it.
No, yeah.
So we went
something
walking past
good, juicy, and greasy.
We saw the tavern. We saw a couple burgers. Those burgers looked pretty good, and we jumped inside. And the lady says,
"Yeah, she said best burgers you're going to have in Phoenix."
Yep. And we're like, they look good. She goes, I know it sounds weird. You're in the airport, but I'm telling you, best burgers.
Yeah.
And
what's the place called?
The Tavern.
The Tavern, yeah.
And these were the best burgers, dude.
Oh, my
Amazing.
gosh. They were
Here's the worst part about it. We went to Phoenix.
Yeah.
All these places to eat, and it was the best food we had. Dude,
It was so good.
It was amazing.
So, if you guys, and some of you already might know this, if you guys are ever in the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport, the Tavern restaurant has freaking amazing burgers.
I think it's by gate 14, 15, if I'm not mistaken.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
where we're
check
checking.
it out because you will not be disappointed.
It was
super good.
So, real quick, we'll touch on a couple things. So the concert was amazing. The trip was great. We did the whole trip. We did what we said we were going to do. We had a great time. We got fucking lit the whole time. We had a good time doing it. But there's a lot of stuff happening locally, man, and we're going to be checking out some of these shows. We wanted to touch on some of the stuff. We took a minute to look at some of the concert venues that are out there. There's about 3 different good concert venues, it looks like. Van Buren, Marquee, and Celebrity all look pretty good out there. Great White, actually, Once Bitten. The members of Jack Russell's Great White was playing Friday night. We contemplated going, we got to Copper Blues and we started drinking and we just didn't make it.
Truth be told, I think you and I would have went, but I don't think the girls were into it.
Yeah, and I would have loved to have seen them because Robbie, those guys they're obviously hit home because last time we were in Vegas, we partied with them and Jack before Jack passed away.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice to go see them. They're doing a great tribute. They call it a tribute right now. And it is because they have Andrew Friedman who's singing for them and also sang for Great White after Jack left.
Okay.
And sometimes they have some of the other singers that have sang with Great White coming and doing the night for them. So it's really kind of cool. And they play at the Marquee, which would have been cool to see 2 venues. That would have also been another fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So maybe next time.
I was going to say we got to fit that in next time.
If you're lucky enough to get 2 shows, it doesn't always happen. I mean, the Great White night I told you about, we did see them, and then next night was Stephen Piercy with Night Ranger, and both nights were just a hit. It not always happens like that, but a lot of fun. But those are some of the things that are happening out there in Phoenix. Not a lot of stuff happening right now. I think Styx is playing out there
in January.
I think I saw, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Marilyn Manson. A couple other people are playing. Not a whole bunch of stuff going on. But we're touching on a couple of shows. There's some stuff coming up. I'm going to go be seen, and also maybe Frank might come to some of the stuff too. But the Coach House has some pretty good stuff coming. Have you taken a look at that stuff and seen some of their calendar?
I looked at it a little bit. Yeah, I mean, we talked about definitely. I think we were going to do the LA Guns on the 27th of December, right? So we'll do that one. And then the one that you were mentioning that's coming up October 25th.
Well, there's 2 concerts on the same day. So there's one here at the Coach House. John Waite's playing.
Oh, okay.
And Bad English,
yeah,
the Babies.
Yeah.
He's playing at Coach House. And then on that same night in Indio at Spotlight 29 is going to be Great White, and I believe it's Quiet Riot.
Okay.
Which should be a cool show to go see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Jack, but this is the band Great White.
Right.
I can't remember if I've seen him recently. I haven't seen him recently.
Is it the long, like,
I think it's the long blonde hair
the kid,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
God, he's got a really good voice.
So, man. I mean, I might be interested in going out there.
Because I told you we saw him on the Monsters Rock cruise.
And Jizzy.
He pressed me. So.
Jizzy from Love Hate is now singing for Quiet Riot.
Oh, really?
Yep. And they're, from my understanding, they're really good. Rudy Sarzo's playing in the band.
Huh.
So, might be a really cool thing to go see that
we'll
too.
Have to check that
obviously.
Out.
So one of those 2 shows. Those are the 2 shows that are going to be happening. A lot of fun to go check those out. We're going to see Jeff Tate. He's playing at the Coach House. Unfortunately, November 16th, Sunday night, and they sold it out. So he did another night, which is weird because he's doing November 16th and he's doing November 12th, which is like 4 days before.
Got it.
So maybe that's when they could fit him in for another show. So that's one, if you guys want to check out. Jeff Tate's amazing. We saw him last year.
Oh, yeah. He put on such a great show.
He's really taking good care of himself.
Yeah. He sounded great.
Fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah, sounded great.
Yeah.
And he played some of the old stuff off Operation Mindcrime.
He's probably
and stuff.
getting laid a lot more, too.
Well...
I'm just saying, dude. I mean, he looks fucking good.
When he's wearing the hat.
Oh, he looks good, dude. He looks good. He's got the fucking flavor saver and everything, bro. He's looking really good. So, Dawkins playing November 6th. Now, I contemplated going and seeing this. Here's the thing. We talk about bands that can't sing anymore, and Dawn being one of them. And it's well known by a lot of people. He can't sing. He's not hitting the notes.
I haven't seen him lately.
He's not hitting those. Now I love me some old Dawkins. I'm never going to knock any of these bands that we talk about, whether it's Motley Crue, whether it's Dawkins, whether it's some of the guys, Stephen Pearcy, Axl Rose. Any of these guys are having a hard time singing. I'm not going to knock, because these are guys that built up the legacy of rock and roll music. They had their place in time, but there comes a point where somebody that's going to see the shows, as a fan, you're saying, when do we say no more? And I'm contemplating going to see it because I haven't seen it. Mm-hmm. So I'm questioning, if I haven't seen it, how...
Well, I mean, you could hear from others, but, I mean, don't you want to go see for yourself?
I think I do.
Maybe, who knows, maybe it was an off night that band had and Dawn had, whatever, when they saw him and they, gave that review or whatever, wherever you saw that, right?
I think the question is, you're going to pay $65 a ticket. Do you want to pay $65 a ticket to see something that might... I guess that's what we do.
That's a personal call.
We have to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of do, right?
Yeah, we have to do it. I mean, I don't think we have a choice. YNT, November 15th. Yeah, just a couple good shows. Like, I'm just looking at the calendar right now. There's a couple good shows coming up at Coach House. They always put on some decent shows. You'll see some guys like Buck Cherry and some other really good bands that come through. Yeah. 27th December, I think for sure we're going to hit that one. It's going to be LA Guns. The next night is Enough's Enough and Pretty Boy Floyd.
Okay. Which you could go see those.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just giving the audience. They're not the bands that I love to go see. Now we open for Pretty Boy Floyd.
There's anything wrong with it, but I'm just
putting it out there.
Yeah.
And the thing, they have a couple back-to-back nights, so it's cool. It's around New Year's Eve. So anything else, Frank? You got to touch on?
I think we covered everything we wanted to cover and gave everybody hopefully some good insight about the show and just the theater itself. No, it was great. Again, if you guys get a chance to check out a show, if you haven't already, Celebrity Theater in Phoenix was
a great place.
It's a great place. So
it's a great place. And next weekend, just to touch really quick on my schedule, next weekend I'm going to be Friday night. We're going to Sabin Theater in Beverly Hills to see Michael Schenker.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that one. We're going to do the Rainbow Dinner. We're going to do the whole trip out there. And then Rory's playing, right? Let's plug him too.
Yeah, just because they're playing at the Whiskey next Friday.
They're opening for the Dickies.
Yeah,
so they're going to be there on the same night we'll be there.
Yeah.
And I heard he's going to have like a big crowd of people coming and trying to fuck up the Rainbow.
There's a bus going up there and the whole thing.
Okay.
So
I'll give him shit when I see him. So anyway, yeah, they're playing. So a cool next weekend for me. So I'll touch on that.
Yeah,
but hey, man, we really appreciate. Excited. We'll get some of these bands like Rattlesnake Suitcase and everybody to come in.
Yeah,
and maybe we can talk to them about some of the stuff that's happening now in music and some of the other bands that we've met.
And I was thinking, maybe we can start obviously bringing some other folks and like Billy and guys that that were. Back in the day, you got some stories. We can have him share some of that with everybody.
Talk about some of the friends coming on.
We can bring some of our friends on too. So
we'll have it. We're going to bring the kids in. We're going to bring a bunch of people in. We're maybe bring my nephews and them in too, just so that they can talk about what's happening, because they're more in touch with what's happening today in a lot of the clubs and the raves and what it is.
And that's what they talk about on their podcast.
That's the best part about it. We can bounce off and talk about it. I know you guys would love to hear it and kind of get an understanding of what's happening now. And I still love to go out and have a good time.
Yeah.
But I don't do. I'm not going to be the person that's going to be out the raves and the big festivals as much, unless it's a Coachella, unless the Power Trip or something like that.
Yeah.
We talked about doing maybe a festival like a Rocklahoma or something.
Yeah.
That's possible. We're going to touch next year. We're going to try and do a couple different things, obviously, and we'll do the same kind of thing, do a little bit of a remembrance of the weekend and what we did and kind of touch on it. But we really appreciate you guys listening to the podcast.
Do we give it a little insight as to what the next podcast is going to be about, maybe?
Yeah. No, we're going to do Vegas, baby.
There we go.
We're going to do Vegas.
Yeah, we're talking a little bit about Vegas.
Yeah, so, as you know, we talked a little bit in the past. I myself worked as a club promoter in Vegas. Obviously, with the bands and stuff, we were in Vegas quite a bit. Vegas has changed quite a bit today from what it was back then. And I know a lot of people that go to Vegas now. I'd love for you to just listen and tune in to what it was like. And all you old fuckers like us
Yeah.
are going to be remembering everything.
We're going to get in detail about the Hard Rock Hotel, rehab, and all the stuff that we did. You know, not just, you know, Vegas itself, but we're going to personalize it
Strip
too.
clubs.
Yeah. Yes.
We're going to talk about the buffets and strip clubs. So don't you worry, boys and girls. More to come. But those strip clubs will definitely be involved in there because that was a big time in Vegas, man. There wasn't
huge.
a lot of bands out there that played a lot, and we'll touch on that stuff when we get into it. But it's really going to be a good podcast, man. So we appreciate you guys, you know, listening to Rock and Ramble. Make sure you check us out. Right, our socials are going to be Facebook and Instagram, and then the listening parts are going to be obviously we're going to go to Apple Play pretty soon.
Yeah,
but right now we're just on YouTube and Spotify.
Thank God we're getting the damn website squared away. So
as soon as we've been talking to Kevin about everything, he's guiding us in the right direction because we just have this great idea. But we're fucking not social media guys.
Yeah.
We're just a bunch of dumb fucking guys over here. Great old drinkers.
Hey, man, speak for yourself.
Well, it is what it is, dude. We appreciate you. Hey, we appreciate you guys being here, man. We're going to get out of here. We're going to grab something to eat, a couple drinks, man. Maybe we'll check you back on the next podcast. Thank you for listening to Rock and Ramble.
Guys.
We're out.
Let the speakers scream back to the decade of leather and dreams. From Sunset Strip to the world stage lights, we